in the blue, the West in the red. Last year's game might have been the most competitive ever. The East winning 109-106. DJ Wagner and Isaiah Collier were co-MVPs, and we should have another ultra-competitive game here tonight.
We have better talent this year than last year, let's be honest. We can see this game in the hundreds as well.
Agreed wholeheartedly, but Ted, let me tell you, it's the second most competitive game, 1991.
Okay, that's one. As Derik Queen gets us started for the top 10 players in the class, headed to Maryland.
How about Ian Jackson, the playmaker, the drive, rejected the ball screen, drove it, and the drop off to Queen. He is going to be fantastic at North Carolina, Ian Jackson.
Love the matchup, seeing the top two guys, Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey, going at it early in this game. Cooper always willing to take on that challenge. And Dylan Harper unable to get the mid-range to go.
Ian Jackson has been a standout all week. Couldn't finish there. Queen with the putback and one. So a quick four from Derik Queen and a chance for one more.
Derik Queen has been an absolute rebounding machine this year. It's been a double-double all season long for Montverde. He's a below-the-rim guy, but he's highly productive.
He's another one of those guys, PB, going to Montverde, playing for Kevin Boyle, who got their motor up. Derik Queen, that was one of the questions about him before he got there. His motor is much higher and got himself in much better shape.
Motor is up, weight is down. That's a great combination for Derik Queen.
Member of the #1 high school team in the country, Montverde, as you mentioned, Corey, playing with his teammates Liam McNeely and Cooper Flagg here tonight. That's a 30-0 team at Montverde, and Queen lost it out of bounds.
Guys, he just stripped the ball handler on a pick and roll. He's 6'10", 250 pounds, but he'll jump out on a ball screen and he'll get a piece of it. Watch the flick, and he gets it clean.
Great hands by Derik Queen, but what I love most about is the fact that he's actually hedging a ball screen in the McDonald's All-American game.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you like the fact that he tried to take it down the court by himself.
Oh, he has that ability. He can do that.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Maybe in this game, but not at Maryland.
Trey Johnson, maybe the best peer scorer in the class. The future Texas Longhorn puts the West on the board.
And Trey in the home state, knocking down the three ball, of course, from the Dallas area, but liking what he's found in Houston thus far. He got hot in the scrimmage as well on Sunday.
Jalil Bethea couldn't rainbow it in. Johnson with the board. Native of Dallas, headed to Texas. Now Bailey, #2 player in the class, knocks it down for two.
With that size and his ability off the bounce, that's what makes him elite and why NBA scouts have been salivating over Ace Bailey the entire time they've been here.
Really reminds me of Paul George with the ability to get to an open pocket of space and pull up with elevation. I had him at the Steph Curry camp in August, and he was outstanding at scoring, rebounding, shot blocking.
But even more impressive about Ace Bailey, his personality, PB. He reminds you of a Scotty Barnes type, a guy who, of course, has a very infectious personality. Teammates love being around.
Quick hands again from Queen, knocked it out, but he's the last one to touch it. Back to Bailey.
And Ace Bailey going off the bounce. You see the ball handling ability, but more importantly, the footwork to use that 6'9" frame to raise up over top of smaller defenders.
And I don't like to compare these kids to guys who are already pros, but when you watch Paul George and you watch Ace Bailey, you see the footwork, the elevation, the length and the size to make jump shots.
Johnson the kick out to Dylan Harper for the triple. Son of the 5-time NBA champ Ron Harper.
And he looks to the bench to many of his mentors along the side, including GP Gary Payton with a big smile. Spent a lot of time with Dylan at the Nike Academy. GP, of course, also involved in that. And these guys going to talk a little trash on the sideline.
Queen off the spin, blocked by Flory Bidunga. Headed to Kansas, but the East gets it back. 5 to shoot for Bethea against Trey Johnson. And time's going to run out. Shot clock violation.
Big time defense by Trey Johnson on the ball. Rodney Terry watching with pleasure. The kick out three to Dylan Harper. He has his feet set. This young man is a purist in the game. He gets up at 5 a.m. in the offseason for workouts. Does 2 to 3 workouts a day. You mentioned he spent some time with Gary Payton, who is a great coach. I watched him at the Nike Skills Academy. But this kid can play both on and off the ball.
And both of you see a lot of Jalen Brunson in Harper's game. Harper taller than Brunson.
Yes.
Exactly. He can have the back down game of Jalen Brunson. He has the mid-range game. And more importantly, he has the approach of Jalen Brunson.
That's the key right there with Dylan Harper. When we go back to that replay, how about the left-handed hook pass by Trey Johnson, putting it right in the shooting pocket for Harper. Trey Johnson improved as a playmaker by going to Link Academy, playing with other great talent. He's become more of a ball handler and a guy that you can trust with the ball in his hand.
Yeah, playing for Bill Armstrong, a former college coach at Link Academy, did a great job with him on the defensive end and as a playmaker.
Here comes Harper on the break for the West. Feeding Bidunga for the throwdown.
See, Dylan Harper, too, in the red, he just contributes to the game in so many different ways. The assist, the scoring, and the defense.
And Jalil Bethia, considered one of the best shooters in the class of 2024, shows you why.
And Bethia knocking down the jumper right there, showing off his ability. He wasn't happy about the fact that Trey Johnson locked him up on a previous possession.
Oh, Dylan Harper can fly. The son of the Ohio Flyer to the rim.
Can you imagine him and Ace Bailey next year at Rutgers? The rack is going to be shaken.
It's already a great place to watch a game. Can you imagine now with two of the top 3 recruits in the country as Queen puts it home for the East?
I'll tell you what, Derik Queen off to a great start here. Cooper Flagg with great hands, getting back in the passing lane, recognizing the pass moving ahead, not allowing it to get into the hands of Ace Bailey. However, the beautiful dime by Dylan Harper to Bidunga with the finish. But that dunk wasn't as impressive as was the one Dylan Harper had the next possession coming down the floor.
Here's Bailey against Flagg. And nice feed by Bailey, and Bidunga with another slam.
His basketball IQ, Ace Bailey, it is growing by the day. I mean, at the Steph Curry camp, he had questions. He was coachable, teachable spirit. Bob McHill, the head coach, the former head coach at Davidson, did a great job with the players, and he was like a sponge, just absorbing everything.
Edgecombe, the pull-up 3. And how about Derik Queen at 6'10" in the open floor, finding his high school teammate Cooper Flagg. Forget about the shot. Foul called on the floor. And Cooper Flagg wanted a little NBA continuation in the NBA arena.
I would too. I mean, we've been making up rules the entire time we've been here. You may as well throw continuation in the scoring sport.
And he talked about how the soccer has helped his footwork with his back to the basket and facing up. This young man runs the floor with great effort. He's an outstanding rebounder and shot blocker. It's going to impact Kansas next season. They have a top 10 class. LeBaron, Philon, Marquise Passmore, and Bidunga. Big time for Bill Self.
There's another gentleman who played a lot of his career in this building also, who soccer created some great footwork by the name of Akeem the Dream Olajuwon.
Absolutely. As Bryson Tucker, committed to Indiana, hits the 3. Take a look at some of the reserves in the West as the second units are in the game. Aiden Sherrill headed to Alabama. Just advanced to its first Final Four ever, passing to his future teammate Darion Reed. They're high school teammates as well at Prolific Prep, but Reed couldn't finish. Drake Powell, future Tar Heel, and couldn't get the friendly bounce. Jaden Quaintance headed to Kentucky, fighting for the rebound, and it's out of bounds to the West. Take a look at the reserves for the East. Ahad Pettiford unavailable here tonight for the East. Future Auburn Tiger managing a knee injury, although he did win the knockout competition last night at the Powerade Jam Fest.
Keep an eye on 21, Jaden Quaintance. Youngest guy in the game at 16 years old, going to Kentucky.
Can't be a one and done. He would be a 2 and done at Kentucky. Reclassified from the class of 2025, just 16 years old. Here comes Darion Reed, the Augusta, Georgia native, 8th-ranked player in the class, going to Bama. And Reed does it himself.
In a class with great athletes and versatility, Reed has a high level of skill. He can shoot the threes coming off an injury. Good driver, excellent ball handler. He can play in pick and roll as the screener or coming off.
John Well, Boogie Fland has got rejected by Aiden Sherrill.
These two guys will go at it next year, of course. Boogie on his way to Kentucky, Aiden on his way to Alabama. So will be a nice matchup watching these guys in the future.
Now couldn't save the pass from McNeely, and it's out to the west.
You know, you look at Aiden Sherrill, almost 7 feet tall. He can knock down the occasional three-point shot. He's an excellent shot blocker. Nate Oates will put him on the outside, as he does with a lot of his bigs.
Yeah, he fits very well in the Alabama system for his ability to shoot the basketball and also play on the perimeter. But this is where he's really going to have to improve from the standpoint of being able to get the job done on the block.
Quains just took it away from him. Feeds his future college teammate, Boogie Flagg, for the deuce.
We got 2 Alabama guys and 2 Kentucky guys on the floor right now. 3 Kentucky
and
guys.
A third in Carter Knox, 21 in the red, playing for the West.
But I'm sure Big Blue Nation does not like watching Carter Knox with this red uniform on right now.
McNeely trying to finish at the rim. Reed with the block.
Carter Bryant got the first block.
Look at Boogie.
And Fland could hit the 3. McNeely, the offensive rebound. The top undecided player in the class. He decommitted from Indiana in early March.
And he has Kentucky, UConn, Kansas, Michigan all recruiting him right now. He's going to put off his recruiting till after Chipotle Nationals. You know, NBA scouts, they love his shooting ability, but they've been impressed here with his ability to put it on the deck, his toughness, and his strength and size at 6'7".
Well, ESPN is the home of the women's Final Four. Coming off the record-setting night, more than 12 million tuned in to the national championship rematch between LSU and Iowa. Can't wait for Friday night. NC State, South Carolina, 7 Eastern. UConn and Iowa to follow. Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi back with their own commentary on ESPN2.
I believe it could break another record on Friday night when you think about Caitlin Clark going up against Paige Beckers and UConn. That is elite must-see TV. And, of course, the most dominant team in the country, South Carolina, will be in the nightcap.
Undefeated is Carter Knox with the strong move for the West.
Carter Knox has really changed his body. 21 in the red, going to Kentucky.
Carter, one of the 26 now siblings to have ever played in the McDonald's All-American game, when you consider his older brother Kevin was a McDonald's All-American, I believe, in the 2018 class.
Yeah, played his high school ball at OTE, but his conditioning is the best I've seen in the last 2 years.
Now you see the #2 recruiting class in the country, Paul, featuring Quaintance, Fland, and Knox all in this game.
Athletes and skill. Travis Perry, I watched him score 70 points in 2 games down at the City of Palms. That young man is tough and can stroke it.
Bryson Tucker can too, just can't hit it there. And here comes Zoom Diallo.
One of the best names you're going to find. And whenever your name is Zoom, you got to be quick. Let's start with that. Point A to point B.
He's got to get an NIL deal with Zoom.
Oh,
that's what he needs.
Okay.
Right?
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Nate's committed to Washington at the moment, despite the coaching change. And now Carter Knox with the triple. Looking to make a name for himself following his brother.
Conditioning improves, game improves. Jump shot gets more consistent. He's been more committed to the game in the last 3 to 6 months.
And give OTE a lot of credit for that. The first time that OTE has had players in the McDonald's All-American game, Carter Knox right at the top of that.
McNeely, sharpshooter himself, off target. Fland. Tucker couldn't keep it. And what a play there by Darion Reed to bounce it off Tucker and save it for the West. Shot clock turned off. Zoom against Boogie. The 2 best names in the game this year. And Diallo in and out at the buzzer. But the West up by 5 at the end of 1 here in Houston in the 47th annual McDonald's All-American Boys Game.
Labor and have to be in the hospital for such a long stay, or he was in the hospital for a really long time, 109 days. And to have the Ronald McDonald House there, you know, and to be able to stay close while he was there, it was really, you know, just amazing for them to do that.
How much relief did it give you as a new mom trying to navigate everything to have that type of support?
I mean, it was very, obviously very helpful. We were about an hour and a half from our home, and you know, I didn't want to leave, obviously, his side while he was fighting that battle, and just to be able to have a place, and other families that were there that were amazing. We made lifetime friends, other families that were in a similar situation.
And now Cooper is a McDonald's All-American. Congratulations, and what a full story that is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell you what, Kelly Flagg could play herself at the University of Maine, part of NCAA tournament teams there. And now Cooper Flagg carrying on the legacy here tonight.
Kelly, one of the two moms that coached their children also. She coached Cooper with Maine United, and of course we know Maria Harper coaches Dylan at Don Bosco Prep. So we've got some moms that definitely know the game this week.
And don't forget Ashley McNeely. She taught Liam McNeely how to shoot.
No, absolutely. Ashley played here at Rice.
Right in the hometown state. She had bounce, too, she told me. She said, I really didn't shoot it as well as Liam, but I could jump better. How about that?
Cooper Flagg missed the layup. And whistle. And the other way, foul called.
He's foul called. Number 32.
It's on Flagg.
And Coop's dad, Ralph, he can play a little bit, too.
The #1 player in the country from Newport, Maine, population 3,000. And when you see 32 in the blue, you're looking at maybe the #1 pick in the 2025 NBA draft. Dylan Harper might have something to say about that. He lays it in the West, goes up 10.
I tell you what, I would not want that pick in 2025.
Oh, Ian Jackson got blocked by the rim. 4-on-1 for the West. And DJ Edgecombe heads to the top floor.
But how about the pass from Dylan Harper? His basketball IQ just jumps off the chart, recognizing that he was not.
Mitchell as well.
And you think about guys who are ready to play, both Davion Mitchell and Keontae George, instant rotation players once they get to the NBA. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that they learn to defend playing for Scott Drew at Baylor.
And Jacoby Walter will be a lottery pick. DJ Edgecombe coming in next year with Robert Wright, the point guard out of Montverde. What a class for Scott Drew.
Jackson trying to shake Trey Johnson. Flagg fumbled it. 10 to shoot. Jackson a little out of control. And the pass offline to Bethea.
Corey, three things that I'm noticing. Number one, everyone's playing defense. Number two, they're very unselfish. And number three, the intensity level is sky high. You don't see that a lot in all-star games. We haven't seen it in the McDonald's All-American game we did last year, but maybe not so much in the past.
Well, remember, PB, the West is still upset about the fact that they lost on a three at the buzzer by Liam McNeely in the scrimmage game on Sunday.
And that's my point. I love the competitive spirit by these guys, not only in this game, but the scrimmage and the practices.
But I think that is really the MO of this class. I think from top to bottom, each and every one of these guys are competitors. There's no one in this McDonald's All-American class where you question their motive. There's no one here that you think about and say, oh, wait, if he plays harder. Everyone here has a high motive.
John Bull, the only 7-footer in the class of 2024 here at the McDonald's game this year, is out there for the East. Here comes Trey Johnson. And Ian Jackson with the interception. Captain Jack, as he's known, ahead to Isaiah Evans, future rival. Got his shot blocked. And Harper is there at the other end, rising up.
How about the play by B.J. Edgecombe, the block shot, and then repaying his teammate who just threw him the lob with the kick ahead for the easy dunk.
Big improvement in his game, B.J. Edgecombe, the ability to be a playmaker.
Cooper Flagg drills the triple.
And for all those who say, well, Cooper Flagg really can't shoot it from the outside, yes, he can. He just doesn't need to right now.
And he's taken a large jump in his ability from the outside in the last 12 months alone.
Ian Jackson, electric. Bailey against Flagg, number 2 versus number 1, and Bailey's fouled.
He's foul call number 32.
It starts on the defensive end for the West. B.J. Edgecombe coming across, denying Isaiah Evans, and then picking it up. The nice kick ahead from Trey Johnson to Dylan Harper. who's stunting like his daddy did back in the day, PB. I know you were in Ohio around the times where the Ohio Flyer was getting the job done.
I was in the area. I was either in Columbus or Dayton.
It all runs together at this point.
I can tell you right now, spend some time with Ron around Dylan at the Nike Academy in Portland this summer. Ron Harper, to this day, can still guard. He actually got out there and locked up a couple of guys playing one-on-one in our demonstration drill.
Flagging it out this time from distance. And here comes Harper again. Oh, Cooper Flagg sends him to his own bench. And that's one reason why he's #1 in the class.
And he's one of the best shot blockers in all of high school basketball. He had a game last summer where he had 10 blocks. He loves to come from the weak side. Look at that big paw from Maine.
And that is Cooper Flagg's superpower. What he does defensively, the dime right there, turning defense into offense. We saw the block shot. Now we see the steal and the assist. He's an all-around complete player.
Yeah, his versatility is unlimited.
Donnie Freeman certainly helped his NBA stock this week. It's the jumper, but an offensive board for the West. Harper over Bethea. Yes! And the foul!
This kid just lives in the gym, and it pays off during games.
He absolutely does. I can tell you the first time I met Dylan Harper, he was in the gym, the workout room of a hotel, playing around. And he got a phone call, and he was with one of his teammates playing around as we see him into contact in the finish. He got a phone call, and his entire mood changed and said, she's on the way. He immediately got on the elliptical and got to work because Mom Maria was on her way downstairs, and that's the type of effect she's had on his career.
Oh, she does not play around, Maria Harper, at all. The coach in her keeps him accountable.
And again, Maria, his mom, an assistant coach at Don Bosco Prep. Maria played at UNO, the University of New Orleans. John Paul headed to Ole Miss with the hammer.
Another great find from Cooper Flagg.
Johnson the lob, and Hitchcomb the finish.
Love the way these guys are sharing the basketball. No one being selfish, everyone moving it, and that's part of that competitive spirit. It's about winning here today.
Ball couldn't handle the pass from Bethea. Johnson, pull up three, give it to him.
He has an NBA scoring package. He knows how to get to his spots. He's got great footwork. He's got range. He's got the pull up.
Look at that, DB. Look at that. Look at the defense by Ace Bailey in the McDonald's All-American game, staying in front of one of the faster guards in the country.
Steve Piper told me now he could be a switch defender big time. Watch out.
Dylan Harper dropping the anvil again. It was set up by another block by V.J. Hitchcomb.
I think Dylan Harper wants the MVP of this game. What do you think?
You remember when you asked me who the MVP was going to be the other day?
I'll give you credit, Corey. You said Dylan Harper.
And we got a long way to go. And Dylan was not happy with his performance on Sunday night in the scrimmage, but we see he has changed the fortunes today. John Wooden on there. We see KD's name on the floor. And I'm going to go out on a limb right now, Ted, and say this is the greatest floor I've ever seen in the game of basketball. Not only because it has my name on it.
That's what I was just about to say.
I can't confirm that I've seen it yet, though.
Oh, I've got a picture. Greg Pike sent it to me. Our producer sent it to me earlier today.
Corey was taking selfies with it during warm-ups.
I haven't yet, but I will be at halftime. Please believe it.
West with their largest lead of 17. And Boogie Flan can't cut into it, but it still belongs to the East.
Derik Queen, with his back to the basket, is the best low post passer in the game. He throws it out like DJ Burns at NC State.
I was absolutely about to say that, BB. He's got a lot of DJ Burns when it comes to being double teamed. And that's one of the things that puts you in such a predicament when you're playing against Montverde. Do you double team him and leave guys like Liam McNeely open for opportunities?
Flan got a second crack at it, and he delivers from the outside.
This kid's going to be exciting at Kentucky. Scores off the bounce, great off of penetration, and I love the way he can find his open teammates on his dribble drive.
Product of Archbishop Stepanak in New York. Part of that famed New York Catholic League. Oh, Darion Reed almost banked it in.
All right, Ted, trivia time. Trivia time. Do you know another McDonald's All-American from Archbishop Stepanak who happened to have a great season this year.
R.J. Davis.
Yes. Not Paul. I knew you knew it.
Okay.
Player of the year in the ACC.
This guy is shifty. He's crafty. Look at that step back. Puts you to sleep. Little shake and bake. Drills it from deep. Do you know he can walk to Yankee Stadium in the Bronx? That's where he lives, and he is a major Red Sox fan.
I know that's the craziest part.
No, that's the good part. That's why his
that's
ranking,
the crazy part. As a
that's
Yankee
why
fan,
his
that's the
ranking
crazy
is going
part.
up.
And especially when you got a name like Boogie and you're from the Bronx, you got to be the Boogie down Bronx. You got to love the Yankees.
And Flagg's got another three.
But he's loving the three ball right now. Back-to-back possessions where Boogie has knocked it down to get this back to an 11-point manageable game. And look at Boogie getting it done. This is how he got the nickname Boogie, because he was the dancing machine as a young fella.
He would dance at parties and weddings as a toddler, and so his mom just started calling him Boogie. And guess what? It stuck. Good first name, John Well.
Yeah, you
from the Bronx to Kentucky.
You want to get his attention? Call him Johnny. He'll turn around. That's when he's in trouble.
Be happy when he turns around.
No, that's when he's in trouble. They call him Johnny.
Back in the hands of Boogie Flagg.
2 minutes to play.
Under 2 to play in the half.
Flagg
wants another. And here comes Carter Knox. Younger brother of Kevin, former first-round pick and McDonald's All-American. Sherrill, the big man, stepping out. Definitely part of his game. Couldn't hit it. Foul, out of control. And last touched by the West. Timeout. 1:32 to play in the half. West up by 11 in the McDonald's All-American game. Iowa, 2 semifinals. Sunday night baseball. Astros and Rangers in Arlington on Sunday. And also Sunday night, the Stars and the Avalanche. But here, the McDonald's All-American game. West up by 11. East with possession. And Derik Queen just drew the foul. Dylan Harper leading the way for the West. The future Rutgers Scarlet Knight, 14 points on 6 of 8 shooting. And several highlight reel dunks. Flagg trying to get downhill. Nice pass to Derik Queen. Could not finish, but he's fouled.
Derik Queen has great hands, not just good hands, great hands. The tight spaces as he's able to catch those passes in. You don't often see that from a big man, especially off a bounce pass where they want you to throw the ball up in the air. But you can throw him any pass and he can finish it.
Maryland's second highest ranked recruit ever. Diamond Stone was number 6 in the class in 2015. Derik Queen ranks 10th in this class.
He's got strong hands to rebound the ball, but he's got a soft touch when he shoots it. That's a sign of a big man who can produce not only scoring and rebounding. His footwork for his size is amazing. Look at that. Another pick.
Boy, he's had a couple of those. Ahead to Boogie. Who can Boogie to the rim?
Tell you what, this game has changed with Boogie Flagg on the floor. He's been a difference maker for the East. Now we're talking about a 7-point game, which a lead had ballooned all the way up to, I believe, 14, right, Ted?
Well, he was a difference maker for Archbishop Stepanek this year and Pat Massaroni.
West from 17 at one point. Knox. And here comes Queen. So skilled at his size. Tucker, the future Hoosier, offensive foul. As Trent Perry went flying.
With the momentum, Tucker's already knocked down a 3. That's one you would expect to see him take that 3 in the corner in comparison to driving it. But look at Derik Queen and the great hands once again. And then the pass to get out the Boogie out to give me Boogie Flagg with the easy finish.
C. Perry took the charge, 0 in the red, decommitted from USC today following Andy Enfield's move to SMU. Carter Knox flips it in.
That's a strong take by Carter Knox right there. You wouldn't expect anything different from him. A former NFL player's son, Kevin, who still looks like he's in great shape.
7 seconds for Flagg. Got Carter Bryant off his feet, and Queen puts it home. Nice pass. right before the buzzer. So the East down by as many as 17, trailing by 7 now at the break.
Boogie
has been efficient because he has been finishing at the rim. 6 of 8 from the floor, 14 points. Trey Johnson living up to his first name, 3 threes. Queen in double figures for the East. East in the blue that got the ball to start the second half. Ian Jackson headed to North Carolina. And a big scrimmage. See if he can get going in the second half. Flagg, the turnaround, no. Offensive board by Queen, and there is Ian Jackson curling it home.
He scores with the ball in his hands, and he can score with opportunity off the ball. He knows how to cut, he knows how to screen, and go to the glass.
Also a beautiful find from Derik Queen. We talked about his passing ability, PB, and off the offensive rebound, finding and cutting Ian Jackson for the easy layup and making a 5-point game.
You know, Derik Queen was ranked in the top 5 or 10 his entire career, and he's finishing right now in that top 10. That speaks volumes to his work ethic.
Now the lob, and it went in. Did Flagg even get a piece of that? He might have.
Flagg's laughing. That means it was a pass.
I believe that was a bucket for Derik Queen.
Look out. I got you.
Hey, that was
Look
mine.
at this.
That was mine.
Not for you. I got this. Thank you very
always
much.
wants to shoot it.
That was
You don't need
I had
that.
it. Look, I'm right
You
at half
don't need
court.
that.
I'm in range this way or that way. Probably inside hand. I'm going to shoot over top of you, BB, right here.
No way.
I ain't going to let you get it off. Trust me.
Shoot or shoot. Got the best hands at the table.
I see that. Ted jumping up quick.
East within 3 here. Jackson for the tie. Jaden Quaintance, 16 years old, headed to Kentucky, puts it back in.
Well, look at the difference in the East lineup. Sharman White starting off the 2 bigs, going with Queen and Quaintance up front.
And he's got Ian Jackson and Cooper Flagg, 6'5" and 6'9" on the wings. And he's got Isaiah Evans at 6'7".
Harper from distance, no, and Quaintance with the rebounds.
Paying off right now for the East. More rebounds and more paint points.
Came off the bench in the first half, and Quaintance starting here in the second half. Oh, Jackson got knocked down, foul call. As Dylan Harper wrote him down. Oh, one more look. You got to. Yeah, Ace Bailey was looking for me the whole way.
Clearly he was, because you definitely stepped in front of my shot.
That's the most I've ever seen Teddy fired up.
He was excited about that with PB.
It's the first time he's ever touched the basketball.
I'm still learning knockout, guys. Oh, Jackson behind the back. And a brick.
Opportunity on that possession for the East to regain the lead. We always had the feeling this would be competitive, and the East coming out in this second half, making it very competitive.
Trey Johnson with the switch. He's in double figures with 11. Future Longhorn. Evans for the tie. And Quaintance track it down. He does. Driving against Donnie Freeman. And Quaintance playing through contact. He's fouled.
And John Calipari's going to love him. The ability to face up and drive it behind the three-point line. He can make open threes with his feet set. Pretty good with his back to the basket. Excellent rebounder and a good shot blocker. He becomes a hybrid forward at Kentucky.
You know, I think he likes even more, PB, is the fact that he has a chance to have him for 2 years. And, of course, that would be amazing for John Calipari to be able to have a guy for 2 years, not only to develop him, but have some continuity coming back. And of course, we've got our guy over to our left who truly started the whole one-and-done process at Kentucky, John Wall, taking into action here in Houston.
And in fact, Quaintance, a product of Word of God Christian Academy in North Carolina, like John Wall.
You see that point guard setup right there? See, that's why you should have let me catch the basketball, Ted, so I could get it to you.
You're the lead guard, like Dickie V called you.
There you go.
Donnie Freeman knocks down the 3 for the West.
That guy's going to be a special player at Syracuse. The highest rated recruit in a while. For Syracuse, can shoot threes and finish.
Oh, Queen. Oh, Freeman takes the spill. Foul called as Freeman tried to challenge. Yeah, Donnie Freeman, the highest ranked recruit heading to Syracuse since 2012.
Yeah, no one's improved more than Donnie Freeman this year. Moved all the way up inside the top 20. He can shoot threes. He can post up, block shots. And there's a collision in the paint.
Shout out to my guy, Jamil Jones, Team Takeover, who put in a lot of work with Donnie Freeman over the summer. Those guys winning the Peach Jam Championship.
No question about it. Coach Jones, and give Coach Sean McAloon at IMG a ton of credit. Because when it comes to producing, Donnie Freeman, one of the best seniors, producing points, producing rebounds, and block shots.
See Freeman later this week at Chipotle Nationals as we crown a high school basketball national champ. Dylan Harper's feeling it. A triple for the top point guard in the class. And a timeout.
Just like that, a 6-0 run for the West. The East were able to get it.
He's got the shots as far as shooting. He didn't get there for me. I didn't shoot as much. I'm just proud of him as far as shooting more.
Well, Coach Pikel's going to love that defense next year. Ramika, thank you so much.
Oh, Megan, thank you. I'm loving the shirt, too, for Ramika. That was made pretty quickly as Derik Queen scores again inside. That picture taken, I believe, at practices this week. Got that printed in short order.
We can do anything in today's day and age, Ted. We got a T-shirt of you grabbing the ball right now.
No one wants that.
Your wife does.
Carter Bryant hits the shot. I think even Kate would turn that down.
Maybe you're right.
Isaiah Evans finds his future college teammate. Flagg missing the three. Oh, Bryant. Quainton's got a piece of it, a collision. Jaden Quainton's playing free safety. And how about the shirt for Ramika McGee? Players practicing on the north side of Houston with NBA scouts from all 30 teams in attendance the last few days.
Ramika allowing her son to be mentored by one Omar Cooper, who happens to be the father of, I believe, the only brother-sister combination to ever play, well, be a McDonald's All-American. Sharif Cooper in 2020, not able to play because of the COVID pandemic. However, he was named a McDonald's All-American, and his older sister, Taya, who was a 2015 McDonald's All-American. So, Ace Bailey in very good hands with Cooper.
Special family for sure. Oh, Evans, the pull-up, NBA range. Left it short.
The principal and athletic director of McEachern High School, where Ace goes, also in attendance. That tells you about this young man's personality. When you got the faculty showing up to support you at the McDonald's All-American game, that's pretty impressive.
Flagg the kick. Jackson trying to shake Trent Perry. And Bryant might have affected the shot. Derik Queen, yes, Queen!
He's always around the rim. Most of the time he's below the rim, but he's always around the rim.
But that play right there, that's something that he was able to develop by getting himself into much better shape at Montverde. He wasn't doing that before he made the trip.
Look out, clear the runway for Captain Jack, Ian Jackson.
He just explodes in the open floor. When you watch his game, it's almost omnipresent. He's everywhere. Defensively, he can help, he can play the ball, and offensively, he moves without it, which really makes him a hard guard.
And he's going to be exciting in Chapel Thrill, simply based upon his speed, his ability to attack the basket, going alongside, of course, possibly Elliot Cadeau.
Now it's Cooper Flagg's turn.
Well, we got a Carolina guy attacking the basket. Now we've got a Duke Blue Devil flying above the rim. Ted, I'm going to be excited to be a talk about these guys next year coming into my league.
Duke with the #1 class. They have a class of 5 outstanding players, and Carolina top 10 class as well.
With an 8-0 run, the East has the lead, down by as many as 18 in the first half. Knox with the finger roll.
Tell you what, Knox has been solid, understands his role, body has changed. He looks very comfortable on the court.
The East had just taken their first lead since it was 12-9. Queen thought about it. Maneuvers past Sherrill. Oh, Sherrill blocked the shot. Bryant headed to Arizona. Lost it out of bounds.
Well, back-to-back dunks by two guys who could possibly be on the All-ACC rookie team next year. But not that one. That's Quainton's.
Watch this one coming up by the #1 player in the country. That was Jackson. Here comes Flagg. He gets out in the open court. It's over. Headed to Duke. Athleticism, versatility, high IQ, and he plays with an edge an everyday edge.
3 dunks in a row allowed the East to be able to take a 1-point lead. However, Carter Knox gaining the lead back for the West. And now the guy who got the game back in manageable distance, Boogie Flagg, back on the floor for the East.
Along with Jalil Bethia trying to find John Bull. East recovering. McNeely the drive. And Bull couldn't get it to drop. John Bull, no relation to the great Manute Bull. Shot blocker extraordinaire in this game. John Bull is. Here's Flagg for 3. Bullseye.
Picking up where he left off to end the first half, knocking down the 3-ball once again. PB, he was a difference maker. 13 points now for Boogie.
All his shots tonight have come in rhythm, whether it was off the bounce or off the catch. Like to see the East get Liam McNeely a couple of shots. The best shooter in the gym.
How about Trent Perry?
Yeah, but the West knows that as well, PB. That's why he's not getting him. They don't want him to get any looks because they know he can make a big-time mark on this game if he does get some looks from beyond the arc.
He absolutely can. He's got the best range and the most consistent jumper here.
Bull on the block. And Sherrill with the block shot. Here comes Fazumana Zoom Diallo.
This is Donnie about to get in his bag. He's going to the turnaround right here.
Tucker coming with the double. The kick to Sherrill at 6-11. Under 2 to play in the third. Tie game.
There it
There's
is.
McNeely with a good look. Perry. Reed for the tip in.
I'll tell you what's been impressive. No one is over dribbling in this game. The ball is moving. Great shot selection.
Yeah, I can't remember a bad shot in this game thus far. I think God's doing a great job of taking care of their opportunities.
Oh, John Bull stuffs it back in.
John Bull has a 7'6" wingspan and a 9', 8" standing reach. We had 7-2.
We have a 60-60 tie ball game with a minute remaining here in this third quarter. And this has been about as competitive as you will see in a McDonald's All-American game. And also not a high-scoring game. These two teams have both been getting after it defensively.
The East has won the last 3 McDonald's All-American games, 23-22 in 2019. See Bethia waving at a piece of confetti that fell to the floor. Flagg around Sherrill. Foul.
But how about the little back cut by Boogie Flagg? Overplayed, behind the 3-point line, quick back cut.
It's still the ability to snake the screen, get to the rim. He had John Bull coming down the paint. He was trying to decide whether he was going to drop that off, but smart play by Boogie once he hears the whistle, getting a shot up on the glass to get to the free throw line.
We talk about how competitive this group is. This group has a high basketball IQ. They make great decisions. They look for one another. And Boogie Flagg is going to bring excitement, points, and assist making to Kentucky. Take a look at Jace Richardson, number 3. He's going to head to Michigan State, play for Tom Izzo. Robert Wright III is the point guard for Montverde Academy. They are 30-0 this year, heading into Chipotle Nationals as the #1 seed. He has been the most important player for Kevin Boyle this year.
Yeah, shout out to my young fella Jace, who, along with Compton, of course, we see Trent Perry knock down the 3-ball, and Asa Newell, all guys who could have very well been here at this McDonald's All-American game as well.
Trent Perry from Los Angeles gives the West the lead right back. 20 seconds to play in the quarter.
His phone's going to have a lot of text messages after this one.
Just decommitted from USC today. Flagg against Diallo. Bull on the roll, and he lost it. Final seconds and a foul with 2.3.
Number 7, J. Bull, his first.
It goes against Bull, first foul of the quarter, and actually not a terrible decision there.
You think he meant to do that?
Wouldn't be surprised.
PB talked about the basketball IQ.
It's really high with this group, the talent, the IQ, and athleticism.
Donnie Freeman, splash at the buzzer.
How about the shot making? Donnie Freeman recognizing the time, doesn't have much time to be able to get into action, looking at a number of future Kentucky Wildcats as Boogie Flan comes over to talk to John a quick second. Gets a little tip here.
So the West up by 4. Megan, you were in the East huddle just a moment ago.
Guys, East head coach Sharman White said to his team, we've got to finish this game. Whenever they're scoring, they're getting back now in transition. We are trotting back on defense. We need to be the aggressors. We need to be the ones getting out and getting transition buckets.
Oh, instead, it's Ace Bailey, the aggressive one to start the quarter for the West.
But Ted, that was great defense by Cooper Flagg. But how about the second jump from Ace Bailey, recognizing where the ball is going to come off the rim and is there before anyone can even get to it and laying it back in.
And that's the top 2 players in the country facing off. Flagg trying the lob to Queen, but Dunga got a piece of it. Ahead to Bailey, second-ranked player in the class. Extra feed to Dylan Harper, and the foul is called.
The nice move from Ace Bailey to get Cooper Flagg in the air. However, Cooper's recovery time is elite defensively, getting the hand on the basketball. And when you talk about elite, how about Ace Bailey, the second jump, tracking that down in the second chance points to build the lead back up to 6.
Great matchup between the number 1 and number 2 players in the class.
Or as I refer to as 1A and 1B. You can choose which one is A and B, but I can tell you right now, those 2 guys are neck and neck.
Sharman White leads the East this week. Just an outstanding coach at Pace Academy in the Atlanta metro area. 6 consecutive state titles and also plenty of experience with Team USA.
And that's an advantage that Sharm has. He's coached many of the guys on both of these rosters to gold medals. And so coming into this game, many already know Sharman White and the way he wants to go about doing business.
And he had some time at the college level as well at Georgia State. An outstanding high school coach.
Drake Powell too much on it. Quainton's offensive rebound, and Dylan Harper just swiped it. B.J. Edgecombe couldn't finish. And back to Quainton's for the jam.
How many dunks have we had in this game?
We've had a few. However, most of them have been contested. We've had guys attacking the basket and dunking. Few breakouts.
We too strong. Bailey the other way.
That's my point. The teams have gotten back on defense in this game. You don't see that a lot in all-star games.
No.
It speaks to their competitive nature.
Trey with another Trey. Johnson with his 4th 3.
How long you been holding that one?
All night.
Not as long as he held the basketball.
This is true. He didn't want to give it up, did he, PB? He didn't want to pass the rock.
I've always been considered a black hole.
The class for Texas coming in next year by Rodney Terry. It's a top 10 class. It's got Cam Scott, Nick Cody as well, with Trey Johnson. A lot of firepower coming to Austin next season.
How about the dish by Powell to Queen, who now has 19 for the East?
Yeah, Derik Queen just gets the job done. He really does in the paint and at the rim. Great rebounder. I love his touch inside, and his basketball IQ is off the charts.
Harper. And Flagg rips it down for the East, the number 1 player in the nation. Ahead to his high school teammate, Queen. 2 more for Derik Queen, the Baltimore native.
How about the pass? I mean, it was Tom Brady-like.
But the trust also, because Cooper knows that Derik Queen has the hands to catch that. You don't throw that pass to just any big guy. But
Absolutely.
He understands, he knows his personnel. He understands the hands of his teammate, Derik Queen. He throws it right over the top. Look at that catch. That's with the left hand and then the ability to be able to gather himself and finish over the shot block.
No question about it. How about 2 dribbles, the hit ahead? He puts it only where Derik Queen could get it. The great pass is thrown away from the defense.
Land. Floater doesn't fall. West by 4, 7 to play. Edgecombe, top 5 player, going to Baylor. To Johnson. Edgecombe, the offensive board. Oh, Trey Johnson with the hammer.
And Trey dunked on his teammate. He actually knocked Dylan Harper to the floor and dunked on his boy.
Ian Jackson at the other end. Trey Johnson was going to rise above everybody. Powell the steal.
Smart play by Drake Powell right there.
And Jackson banks it home.
Tell you what, Drake Powell, one of the most complete players in the class, an outstanding wing defender. He can play with the ball in his hands, his ability to come off screens. He's a cutter, smart player, tough player, super athlete going to North Carolina.
Ian Jackson, future college teammates on the floor together. Jackson, number 11 in blue. Powell, number 9.
Look at that
Powell
D.
has another steal. Numbers for the East. Oh, Bailey fell down. Jackson got Bailey off his feet, and he hit the side of the backboard.
Man, don't do that. Wow. That's not a fall down. That is a knockdown. And the crowd here oohing and eyeing over nothing. That is Ace Bailey attempting to play defense and getting hit. This is not an ankle breaker. Look at this.
Extended that arm.
Yes, that's one of the problems with our game. Get off my lawn.
Well, give this Sports Center top 10. Trey Johnson dunking on the East and his teammates from the West.
Yes, 3 guys in red right around the basket. 2 of them going to be in the highlight on the wrong side of their teammate getting the putback dunk.
Queen, the line. Ian Jackson with the flush.
When Derik Queen catches the ball, he goes slow and under control.
Look out! VJ Edgecombe is an acrobat. So the West back in front. Oh, Powell with space. Baduga the block. Flagg. Blocked by Harper. Jackson for the lead. Yes!
He's been draining triples in practices and the scrimmage, Ian Jackson.
And this is the competitiveness that we thought we would see with this group coming in. We talked to them yesterday about trying to see if they could produce what we saw last season.
Oh, Harper thought about the lob instead. He flips it in himself.
How about the
little Luka Doncic style?
Yeah, on this floor a couple of nights ago from 20 feet. And Flagg at the other end. Trey Johnson with 4 threes. And Ian Jackson, a big second half. Future Tar Heel, 13 of his 17. But the number 1 player in the nation, Cooper Flagg, headed to Duke, is at the line.
The teams are going to have to decide how they're going to play Derik Queen in college, because he's going to demand the double team. If not, he's going to score 20, 25 points.
Over to Megan.
Guys, in the West huddle, Ace Bailey went up to the coaching staff and said, hey, that was all my bad defensively. Coaching staff talking to the team saying, we've got to get back. Too many defensive miscues. Also, stop celebrating with each other after the dunks. Get back and play some defense.
It's the McDonald's game.
But Megan, how about the coaching and the defense in this game? Each of these coaches preaching defense, and that's not something that happens often. Maybe because it's Megan's first time with us that all this coaching is on such a great level.
Trey Johnson in and out. You saw Tommy Brackle of North Crowley High School, a legend in DFW hoops, as Harper misses the 3. Flagg, another hit ahead. This time to Ian Jackson. No, but a foul.
Cooper Flagg with such a high basketball IQ to take it off the glass, look up, throw it ahead. He's got great strength to make the pass, and Ian Jackson almost with the highlight finish.
How about Coop telling us on Saturday his favorite player to watch growing up, Larry Bird. Now, of course, Cooper was born 20 years after Larry Bird played his last game in the NBA, most likely. But still, Kelly and Ralph Flagg putting the videos of Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson on in the vehicles while they're driving around the AAU tournaments, etc. And Cooper's favorite guy is Larry Bird.
Oh, that just melts your heart as a Boston guy.
What else would you watch in New England?
Oh, Edgecombe goes reverse side.
How about the first step from DJ Edgecombe on the baseline, driving it, beating his defender, and then the wherewithal to get to the other side of the rim for the finish.
You know, Cooper Flagg has some Larry Bird isms. The way he passes the ball, the way he moves without the ball.
Ian Jackson too strong. And heading the other way. So we are tied with 3:45 to go. Corey, you say it every year. You have that close game, fourth quarter of the McDonald's All-American game. Now we find out who truly is an alpha.
You absolutely do. And we know we have one with the basketball in his hands right now, Dylan Harper. But in all honesty, there are at least 3 on the West right now.
Great pass to beat Dunga, and he smashes the rim again.
Dylan Harper showing you his passing vision, his playmaking ability, 6'5" and strong.
I'm going to go with 5 on the West right now. Every one of those guys is out.
Top 10 players all across the board for the West. After the miss, Harper ahead to Edgecombe. And Edgecombe is fouled. And he just glides. VJ Edgecombe.
Watch the read by Dylan Harper off the pick and roll. He waits on it. He's slow to receive it. Surveys, negotiates 2, drops it down. Bidunga, tough finish. Idea of a pick and roll, as you know, Corey, get 2 guys to play the ball, then give it up.
Is it?
Well, you never give it up.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought the idea was for somebody to get a screen for me to give me a little space for me to go to work.
You'd want to be rescreened.
I didn't need a rescreen, PB. I could get it done with 1.
Edgecombe at the line, top 5 recruit, on his way to Baylor, originally from Bimini, Bahamas. And in fact, he is giving back to his home country using the NIL money he is earning in New York at the moment by sponsoring multiple scholarships at his old school, Gateway Christian Academy.
You know, he came from the Bahamas, so his parents wouldn't have to pay for college. He met Anthony Ricks from Southeast Basketball Elite, ended up with Blue High, with Jay David. He's had a fabulous career.
Quaintance with the bucket, 1-point game. Bailey off target. And we're staying right here.
But this is where you can truly tell which guys have earned the trust of their coaches throughout these 4 days that they've been here practicing. Here in crunch time, those are the guys that are on the floor right now.
Harper against Jackson. Under 10 to shoot. Quaintance. The resistance. And a tie-up.
Come on, man. We got guys diving on the floor. We've got tie-up possessions. Coaches trying to get timeouts in the McDonald's All-American game. If that's not a testament to this class, I don't know what is. These guys are getting after it. The defense by Quaintance there, closing off the driving lane of Dylan Harper, and then getting on the floor after the loose basketball.
It could not be more different than what the NBA All-Star game has turned into.
A little different, though. A little more money on the floor out there, even though some of these guys got some pretty high-level NIL deals coming.
Look at the way they're running their actions. The ball's moving side to side. Players are moving.
And even Jackson puts it in. The East on top, approaching the 2-minute mark.
They ran their offense through Derik Queen that time at the elbow. He is terrific on handoffs, scissor cuts. Play a big Jokic-type center for Maryland. Here it is.
And Queen with the quick hands again. And Derik Queen finishes himself.
That's his 3rd pick on a hedge on a ball screen. SBP will love it tonight.
But the decision-making to not give it up because no one stopped the basketball. They're doing a great job staying vertical, defending at the rim. Derik Queen has had a spectacular performance here. He could very well be at the top of the MVP chase here at the McDonald's All-American game.
Both chairmen of the selection committee, which you're a part of, Paul. Just great people to work with year in and year out.
Absolutely. And Terry Lynn was named one of the most influential people in the girls and boys game. Quite an honor for her. She runs the selection committee, the player nominations, player coach management, and she takes care of Joe Wooten.
It's probably the most difficult job that she has to, of all the hats she wears. That's got to be the most difficult.
And Joe, of course, the son of Morgan Wooten, the Hall of Famer and co-founder of this game going back to 1977. Jackson on the drive. He's had a big second half. That doesn't drop. East up 3, nearing the final minute. Johnson for the tie. He hits the bullseye again. His 5th triple.
He's playing at home. He's in Texas.
How about how well this group has played together, though, when you consider all these guys highly ranked and needing attention, but how well they've played and shared the basketball.
Queen, no. Fland, yes.
Big time play by Boogie Ellis. Sorry, Boogie Flan.
Yeah, I've been making that mistake all day.
But you know what he did that I loved? He moved without the ball. He went to the glass. He anticipated the miss.
And now the defensive play by the East, up by 2, and they've got the ball back.
That's one we need to review. We need to be able to have instant replay to see that one again.
Instead, play on with 35 seconds.
Could Boogie close this game down?
With Dylan Harper on him. And the foul with 25 seconds left. It's the third team foul on the West. All right, here's
Flagg is going to bring to Duke his versatility, not only in the offensive end, but defensively as well.
And how about his hit-ahead passes? The ability to rebound the ball, throw it ahead to his teammate. He just gives the game what it needs.
And into the hands of Flagg. And back to Fland with 20 seconds. East up 2. No 5 to shoot here. Still no foul from the West.
They have to take a shot. And the shot clock.
Jackson way off, so the West will have a chance here with 3.2.
And a great job defensively by the West. Forcing a tough shot now and still an opportunity to
West. VJ Edgecombe, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, Trey Johnson, and Flory Bidunga, all top 10 players in the class of 2024. Who takes the final shot?
Well, hopefully here you can see who can get open and catch the basketball closer to half court to call a timeout.
That's what they're doing. They got 4 at the half court line.
Edgecombe into Harper, and there's the timeout for Tommy Brackle and the West, 4.5.
A great job defensively by the East, not allowing them to catch it on the other side of half court, putting them
0.5 left. Trey Johnson already has 5 threes. The future Longhorn and a top 5 player in the class.
I'm going with Dylan Harper, Mr. Clutch.
Edgecombe to inbound. 4.5 into Johnson, and Jackson with a foul here.
Great foul. You've got foul.
Fouls to give.
Yeah.
That's right. 3.7, third team foul on the East.
But where do you spot the basketball on that? Does it stay on this side, or do you move it into scoring position right now?
You don't want to throw it in the backcourt. You need to throw it in the front court. If there's a foul, try to go in the act of shooting.
More foul to give for the East here. Johnson for the win! Off target! And the game is over. The game in the hands of Trey Johnson. But Cooper Flagg and the East are victorious in the 47th.